guys, we got the Toys That Made Us Season 2. I wish I would have skipped Ibiza and the break with Michelle Wolf, all coming up next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, this is my song for Ashley Chaney.
Did
Because the
you guys
last time you guys know, she was a little wounded. She was dancing too hard. She hurt her hip, so she wasn't here. So I figured, you know what? That's my song for Ashley.
On that together. You sneaky little sons of guns. That's awesome.
Right.
Oh, I love you guys.
But we are glad to have Ashley back. And no, she didn't hurt her hip.
They
but
did play a prank on me. That was good.
Yeah, that's how I do. That's how I roll. If you guys watch this show, you know this. You know this. And I'm Rick Hong, and I'm joined by Ashley Chaney.
Hey, everybody. It's great to be back. Thanks for the musical surprise.
And on the other side of the table, we've got Steve Kauffman.
I am, in fact, here.
And
Lots of comedies this week.
And Amy Cassandra Martinez.
That is me, and I love this song. Period. That's it.
Well, first off, guys, so we were out last week, but we did have two, not one, but two birthdays on this panel. So happy birthday to me, no, not me, but Steve Kauffman and Amy Cassandra Martinez. I mean, they both turned
giving a peace sign.
36 in a span of a week of each
That's not
other.
true.
So.
I turned 59.
I turned 87.
Oh, wow.
I look amazing.
All I'm hearing is that we're all legally old enough to drink, right?
Yes.
That's basically all.
Yes.
Cool.
It's all the same.
Yes, but I wanted to wish you guys happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thank you. You too.
Oh, hey, there we go. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Stephen Booth. All right, so up first, we're talking Netflix originals. We're talking film and television that dropped not only this weekend, but last weekend because we weren't here. And I'll tell you something that made me very happy was The Toys That Made Us Season 2. Steve, I know you watched.
I didn't enjoy this one as much as I enjoyed the other one, and as much as I enjoyed the previous season.
Well, it's hard to beat season 1 with Star Wars. I mean,
Well, but like Star Wars, obviously, because Star Wars they were kind of dishing, and then like He-Man, I thought was best because like those characters were great. I don't know. I think it's very subject specific, and I just wasn't feeling the subjects.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what. In the words of CeeLo, forget you.
Okay.
Amy Cassandra Martinez, did you watch?
Yeah, I saw the Funko Pop one. Funko Pop?
No,
Right?
you mean no. You mean
a dot,
Hello
yeah.
Kitty.
No.
Oh, you didn't watch what I watched.
so fun.
Well, but I saw Funko Pop.
There's the
I really
documentary
liked-
about Funko Pop. That's awesome too.
No, that was Toys That Made Us.
Toys
No?
that it might have been in Toys That Made Us because
That's
Funko
what I'm
Pop. Well,
saying.
they're a toy maker. They're a company that makes a bunch of toys. So which
It was
episode
the
were they
pop.
have?
The pop
Okay,
one.
all right. I'm gonna clear for
Whatever,
everybody
I
that's
liked
watching
it. Take it back.
right now because
I liked
clearly my panel is not on their game this week. All right,
Whatever.
the Toys That
I
Made Us
saw
Season
it.
2. Here were the toys that they talked about: the evolution of Star Trek. They talked about the Transformers, which is amazing. Hello Kitty, which is also amazing, and Lego. There was no Funko Pop, but however.
Funko.
Maybe she saw a moment where Funko Pop was producing
what
one of
I-
those,
you know,
those brands.
I think I clicked the wrong thing. But you know what? You should go see it because it's fun and toys are cool.
I'm pulling the title now. There's a documentary about Funko.
We'll get to
also
the bottom
on
of this
Netflix.
right here on Netflix Picks.
I don't know what's
Stay
going on
tuned.
with my panel.
I did like
Or
the
if you've
first
seen
season
it and
though.
can help us out in the comments, y'all,
Well,
if you
and-
have any information.
Here's the thing. I was pumped about season 2, but even just you saying those toys, it's cool, but I'm not like, ah!
No,
Yeah.
but the evolution of there's a lot because like I grew up like watching the Transformers
Hello Kitty.
and Hello and that too. But like I thought that one was really good. Hello Kitty was amazing.
It's a
to
huge
really know how that
fan
they created this character, brought it over from Japan, and had to compete with like Snoopy and all these like American characters, and how now Hello Kitty is a $5 billion industry.
Doesn't surprise me one single bit.
So, yeah. So, like, but I mean, for me, I don't know about Steve Kauffman. He didn't agree, but for me, season 2 was just as good as season 1. You know what? But I understand why. Is because Steve Kaufman's favorite thing is Barbie, which they covered in
That's
season
what I was
1.
gonna say.
So,
Well, Steve Kaufman's favorite thing is obviously wrestling toys, which they're not covering until season 3. Also, Making Fun: The Story of Funko is the documentary that's on Netflix.
Perhaps,
currently.
Maybe that's what you saw.
I'm pretty sure.
So
That's
I give
a
it a
thing
thumbs
that
up.
exists.
Give you a
Go
bone.
watch it.
Thank
Don't
you.
listen to these guys. However, something that I wish I did not watch is the
Whatever.
biggest POS I've ever seen on Netflix. I turned it off. I wanted it to be so good. Was Ibiza, starring Gillian Jacobs and Vanessa Bayer. So much that I told them not to watch it. However, Amy already beat me to it and she finished it. I don't know how you finish these bad
Here's
movies.
the thing. I know your problem, Rick, and I'm here to help you out. You watch things that I don't think you would like in the first place. You put yourself in the situation of like, I'm going to give it a try. But you're not going to like it because it's not aimed towards you.
How do I not like Adam Sandler? How do I not like Gillian Jacobs? I watched Love. I recommend it to everybody.
Yes, but
I love
the
Vanessa
kind
Bayer.
of movie that this is, really? Where you were
Well,
like,
here's the thing, this kind of movie- there's nothing that goes
Girls
on in this
Trip,
movie.
Well, let's
kind
tell
of
our
a thing.
viewers
No,
what kind
I'll
of
tell you,
movie
don't
it
even-
is.
No, I mean, I don't mean the movie. I mean just like the action of going on a girl's trip, not the movie.
But nothing.
Interject. Let's tell everybody who might not know what the movie's about what it's about. Break it down
Go
for us.
ahead.
we
So
can
Describe
Gillian
your favorite movie.
Gillian Jacobs gets a business trip to Barcelona. She goes to
Wait,
Barcelona.
wait, now if you're gonna say Ibiza, you have to say Barcelona.
No. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Whatever. So she goes there, and her friends decide to join her, and then she meets this DJ. Think of like Cascade or who?
Calvin Harris.
Yeah, I think of a Calvin Harris, and he goes off to Ibiza. So then, for some reason, she feels compelled, even though she has his phone number, to follow him there, risking all of her business issues that she needs to get done in Barcelona.
Ah, there we
So
go.
that's why I'm like, why are you even going there when you have his phone number? It makes no sense. You just met him.
Suspend your
I don't
disbelief.
get it. I
Wait,
mean,
hater.
interject a little bit. That is Richard Madden, Game of Thrones
yeah,
fans.
he's great.
That's all you got? Yeah, he was great. He was fantastic. I saw
Dude, he
him.
was killed in the Red Wedding. So,
You know-
sorry, spoiler.
Thank you. Yeah, spoiler
Actually, if
alert.
you haven't seen The Red Wedding, probably you're not on the Game of Thrones train.
And
Anyhow.
that's okay. But Game of Thrones, like, come on. Come on.
Well, full disclosure, per Rick's vehement suggestion, I did not watch
That's fine.
Ibiza because it
That
was
means
so
that you owe me
vehement
about
that it
an
was
hour
horrible.
and like 30 minutes of your life. So
Listen, when someone tries to save me, like we do here every week for you guys, and tells me not to watch something, I heed that advice because you're a little bit more lenient with your like criticism than I am because I feel like I'm a little bit
normally
more
I'm able to finish things, but for some reason I was not able to finish the week of. I was not able
was
to finish
terrible.
this. I even tried, like, maybe I should just leave it on in the background.
Yes.
But the problem is that in the first 10 minutes of the movie, the best parts were already shown to me. Therefore, I was like, nah, I'm just gonna turn this off.
You know what I just realized? Our panel is kind of like a dial. Like Amy's the most like kind and will watch anything. So she's like the like
I will
she'll-
watch anything. I
she'll
won't
watch anything.
like everything.
And Rick's like the meh, like the
Hey, that's why you guys watch,
Right.
right?
It's important to get the full gradiency. Like, I didn't watch that this week on your suggestion, but I will watch it because I've heard Gillian in an interview, and she seems like an awesome person who does awesome work.
No,
Can't wait to see what you
no,
think.
No, here's the thing, man. If you want to see Gillian Jacobs in something, watch Love.
And
There's 3
Community.
seasons and Community, of course. Do not watch Ibiza.
I can vouch for Love. I'm deep into Love and I'm enjoying it.
You know who else did like Ibiza? Allison Brie.
Allison Brie.
Hello.
Do you have some secret stories for us about Allison Brie?
I do. Are we gonna go there yet?
Not yet. Steve.
It's coming up soon.
Hang
Martin-
on,
Steve
everybody.
Martin and Martin
Stick
Short.
around.
Did
I
you
saw
watch?
this morning. This was fun.
I did not like.
You didn't like
but you tell the audience.
This is just very classic old school comedy. Just two old souls coming out there doing their thing. Like, it just felt very effortless from Steve Martin and Martin Short. It was a 2-man show, if you will. There was a little sit down, there was a little stand up, there was songs, dances. It was
good.
I enjoyed it very much. It was as promised. It was Steve Martin and Martin Short.
An evening you surely will forget or something
Yeah,
like
like
that.
it was just a fun. It was a fun romp through. I don't know. My bar wasn't high though. It was those guys.
Did Steve Martin play his banjo at all?
Yes, he did.
He is an amazing musician. That's,
Like an incredible music. Like most people expect him to do the Weird Al technique because that's what we expect. Lonely Island Weird Al like he actually just came out with a band and just played the banjo.
like just a straight up musical
Just
performance.
straight up performance from the banjo where a band appeared behind him. It was really cool.
And they're great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love so it's worth a watch for that alone.
I mean, if you guys like either of them, Steve Martin or Martin Short, believe me, it's not a bad thing to watch. It's just I think I wanted to be just a little bit more, and it wasn't. So, but at the same time, that's why I got Steve Kauffman here to tell me, yeah, dude, go watch it.
Is there anything that you have liked recently?
There's many things that I
Do
do
you just
like.
begrudgingly watch all these things on Netflix?
Many things that I like that we will get to. But how about The Break with Michelle Wolf? Did any of you see? Did you any of you?
I didn't
watch?
catch
not
that.
gotten
I had no interest in watching it.
So Michelle Wolf was the White House correspondent that got a lot of criticism
Yes.
for like the very negative jokes that she really bagged and trashed on people. And
Which makes me really interested to watch it for that reason.
so, of course, just like HBO has their John Oliver, and just like the networks have their, I guess, I guess like Comedy Central has Trevor Noah. Netflix has Michelle Wolf. They've kind of given her own little show. And I think it's also to replace
Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea
Handler filled this spot.
You
for a minute.
need it. They need it. It's fine. Like same thing. It's like I don't know, her humor quite resonates with me. So
What's the format of the show? Is it similar to a Chelsea Handler? Like, how does the show break down?
Chelsea's a little different because she invites like celebrities, whereas like Michelle Wolf is it's more like she'll bag on news, and then you have like a guest, and it drops like once a week.
But does she do single topic, big story like John Oliver does? Like single topic investigative journalism? I have not seen the show yet.
Well, no, there's only like I think
Because Chelsea
I only
Handler tried
watched the
doing
pilot.
that. Yeah.
I only just watched the pilot.
Okay.
You know what? But I'll tell you guys what. If you want something more in depth, we did cover that for TV pilot reviews. Jeff Graham, who's here, will probably give you a better in depth if you really, really want to watch it or not watch it, and his panel. But I'm just here to say that I did watch it. It dropped, and I was like, eh.
We got an which is
like
better
an
than
All right, we're getting up there, guys. We're
I mean,
getting up there.
I'd
the
like to
meter's
tell
rising.
you. No,
Rick
I'd like to
meter.
tell you no, but like that type of programming is needed for a Netflix. Therefore, whereas like something like a Beat the didn't need to see it, didn't need to be there.
Didn't need to be there, but it was there, and you should watch it if you want to have a good time.
There's a lot of movies that don't need to be in the theater, and yet
Yes, I agree.
I'm convinced if you call the right number at Netflix, a person just picks up the phone and is like, "Hi, would you like a full season order?"
yeah, tell me that phone number so
Like,
that I can.
No, I think
get
it's a
in there.
really hard phone number to find, but once you find it, you're just on the level by which they're buckshotting the content of like, so if you have this phone number, we trust that you're going to make some stuff. So
Cool.
call this number, we'll
Wow.
organize the money.
I like
Yeah,
that
if
theory.
any of you out there have that number, please drop it below in the comments so that we can call it.
I'll be real, if I had that number, I wouldn't give it to anyone.
Not even your trusted panel.
Perhaps, but
Okay.
We're the brain trust, man. We
it
can
would
help.
probably, but like anyone else, no. Like you jump in my DMs about it? Absolutely not. I don't have that number.
We know where
So
we stand.
something else that dropped on Netflix, season 5 of Arrested Development. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it because I've not watched it yet. But however, it's like if you like Arrested Development, you probably will like it or not. Steve, I don't know if you watched.
I watched it. I finished it today. It's very good. And I believe it's the first half. It's only 8 episodes, so I believe it's the first half of season 5. That they're
okay.
gonna drop. They're gonna
Another-
drop 8 more later.
Oh, cool.
So it's 8 episodes. If you like Arrested Development, if you liked either season 4 that exists because they recut season 4. If you liked either of those season 4s, you like the 3 seasons on Fox before that, you'll like this. There's also a lot of news surrounding it that doesn't affect the quality of the physical show that you are going to choose to watch or not watch. I think that's the best way I can say it, because there's a lot of stuff about Jeffrey Tambor right now that I'm like,
Yeah.
No.
I need to separate that from the show I like. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong for feeling that way, but that's what I want to do.
Well, not everybody likes each other. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that not everybody likes each other sometimes when it comes to being on a show, which is amazing to see how like people like are able to still act opposite each other. Like in Lethal Weapon, how they replaced,
Yeah.
there's a season 3 with Sean William Scott. They replaced the other main lead, so there you go.
Yeah, but I enjoyed that very much. I think I'm the only one who saw it.
Yeah.
No, I'm still getting through season 4. That's why. But sure enough, for me, I will be watching Arrested Development season 5. So that's why I didn't want to spend too much time on it, because it's like if you're trying to jump into a season 5 of any show, then of course I'm gonna sit there and say go watch it. Or if you have enjoyed Arrested Development through season 4, then of course you need to be watching season 5.
What about for someone who's new and hasn't seen any Arrested
We
Development?
told you.
Despite
We told
being
you to
watch this
start.
film.
Yeah, we've told you to
think
start
watching
it.
it straight through from now to season 5?
One
would be
and
a-
2 are good. Three's a little broken because they knew they were getting canceled. And then 4 is revived, and they redid it.
They
so it's-
recut it.
And the recut's much better than when they first dropped it for me. Like, I'm able to, like, watch it. I was not able to. I think I watched, like, 3 episodes of the original season 4 when Netflix grabbed it. And it was really, really hard to watch. So, like, the fact that they redid it, I'm back in the game for it. And I think I'm just doing, like, the slow burn.
Slow burn. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
And so sometimes, we cover these shows that drop. And then sometimes we actually go visit these cool Netflix things. And the person that seems to be the most pro at doing this is, well, first it's, no, Amy Cassandra Martinez loves to going to these things. She loves talking to people on the red carpet. So where'd you go first?
I went to Netflix again, and it was fantastic. And there's this one little show you may have heard about. It's called Glow. And it was fantastic. Yeah, we had, podcast listeners right now, we're looking at a picture of a lot of the ladies that...
Brittany Young, Mark Maron, Sidel Noel. Is that one of the...
Yes, that's, Betty Gilpin?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Betty Gilpin, Allison Brie, and then Carly. Is that Carly? Is it Liz? Carly Mensch.
Yeah.
Carly Mensch, who's like one of the writers.
Right.
Writer, producer, creators.
So, and it was really cool because it was a very small carpet. So with these FYC carpets, it's tiny, so everyone usually gets to talk to everyone. And yeah, I spoke with most of them. Everyone was super freaking pumped. Allison Brie is so nice, and honestly, she really, really, really cares about Glow. Like, you know, everyone's obviously gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'm so excited for the show," blah. But she really, really was happy. Here's a picture of me interviewing Brittany Young.
Brittany Young, happy birthday! Which your birthday I think was on Friday, and. For you guys watching right now, I'm going to let you know that I will be doing the Glow After Show, which will be on Sundays. Still figuring out the times. So I might either have Brittany Young come on this show or she'll be coming on to the Glow After Show.
Should be this.
Both. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure. That's pending on her schedule, really. It's like not about, she'll gladly come on at any point. It's just, I mean, these gorgeous ladies of wrestling are going through so much press right now and demand. Yeah. So I don't even know when we'll be able to do that. But I have talked to her. So, and I told her like happy birthday and want her to come on. And you guys
wants
can always...
us all to know that he's very good friends.
No, I'm not. But I just want to tell you. No, I want to tell you that's how awesome she is. And you guys can follow her at It's Brittany. And back to you, Amy. You talked to her.
Yes, I did. And you can see right now there on the screen that I made her laugh. So we're besties as well. Rick. Just kidding.
Burn.
They Snapchat. That's a step above text.
That's you sure? Yeah.
I don't know how Snapchat works.
Snapchat's so weird now. Okay, but you know what's not weird? My guns in this picture.
So Amy's at the pop-up for Glow, which is a wrestling rink with the neon glow sign above it. And as I like to look at this picture, I always say, "Oh yeah, guns out, guns out."
Guns
I guess.
out. What's crazy is honestly, guys, like it's just the lighting. It really is. But I saw
you do look pretty ripped,
right? Mostly on my left arm.
We're zooming in,
and that's my fierce face, obviously. And yeah, there. I don't know. Maybe just. You know what? That is my mic holding arm. And when you have really tall people that you're interviewing, you have to really stick out that mic. Your biceps kind of start to burn.
Hey, Steve in the booth, can you pan up like a lot higher? Keep going. Oh, much better.
Whatever. But it's so nice because, you know, I talked about this before, that the little pop-ups are fantastic because it's kind of like you're there.
They're fun.
And another thing that I did there, this was, I think it was the next day. These guys, Fab Five.
And what I want to know, so we're looking at a picture of the guys that are on Queer Eye.
Yes.
And what I want to know, though, is how did they rate your wardrobe?
You know, I didn't ask him.
What?
I did not, because here's the
scared?
thing, guys. Yes, I was scared because I need more clothes. So if you want to send me some clothes, you can do that. But I wore a nice little pop of color, little blue, and Caramo. You know, I've heard
Caramel brown.
Caramo, thank you. People say it all different kinds of ways, so I just didn't say it to his face. But yeah, he really enjoyed. See, there's him laughing. He really enjoyed the pop of blue that I wore, and that's Anthony with his. It looks like a romper, but it is not. They're separate pieces. This does not matter. I just wanted to point it out
also
because
sort of looks like pajamas. Anybody know?
Or he's going to the beach.
Yeah, beach.
I mean, cute
beach wear.
pajamas.
Yeah.
Pajamas.
Oh yeah, and they were very, very nice. And there's Jonathan. I had to get a picture with him because he's fantastic. I didn't get to talk to Tan. He was the only one I didn't, talk to. But yeah, I mean, they were all great. They were having fun, and they really, really appreciate everything that they've, been able to do. Season 2 is actually dropping on the 19th.
Already?
Yes. Guess what? They filmed first and second season at the same time.
Sure, it's cheaper to do that. Yeah, because it's a reality show, cheaper to do that, and probably like more like when you already have everybody together.
Yeah.
Like instead of taking a break and then having to get the crew and everybody all back together. So like let's just keep going, and then whatever Netflix wants, they'll drop, and whatever they don't want, then we'll maybe reshop it somewhere else.
Oh, and then they also will be making over a lady.
Oh, good.
So
Well, you know what?
really
Maybe we'll
excited
see if we
about
can
it.
get one of those guys to come on the show when that drops.
Yeah.
I'll try to get Karama, but keep going.
Yeah, well, let's do it. And this last little picture, I just couldn't help myself. This is another little pop-up at Netflix, the FYC
They
space.
have a lot of them, by the way, guys. Like you guys have seen episodes, yeah. So they have like yeah, right. My Next Guest is with David Letterman.
Mm-hmm.
They had Mine Hunters. They had Lost in Space. They
Stranger
have a crazy
Things.
mirror thing with Queer Eye. One of the mirrors says Yas Queen.
So when you guys are saying pop up, you basically mean like photo opportunity for people that
Photo
are there.
op,
Yes.
So like
And
it's like the color museum type deal, or the ice cream museum of ice cream.
I never went to the ice cream one, but I can imagine. Yes.
All the gram-worthy business.
I mean, I had to. I've
No,
talked
if you're there,
about it.
it's photo op time.
Exactly. Especially when I'd been multiple times, and I was like, Amy, no, like it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. And I was like, nah, I'm just gonna do it. And yeah, it was really fun. And what's really cool about the like when you go to the panel, which I did go to the 13 Reasons Why one, they give you free food. That never gets
And
old.
no. It's not so much the free food, free drink.
Nah, man, free food. What are you talking about? They had really amazing tamales and.
Well, keep going, and then I'll go into that.
well, did you get any scoop on any like either moments from the seasons or any like
which?
for your interviews?
Well,
for
no.
Emmy,
But see,
You'd have to go. And see
exactly. You got to go
interviews.
look for it. You got to go to Amy Cassandra Martinez's social media. If you
Yes.
want the juice, you want the meat. We're not going to drop it here.
But speaking of real meat, the food was amazing. Like seriously, Ashley, I think you'd really appreciate it.
Yeah,
they
I'm
had
down for
like
food.
some kind of meat, and it was very soft, tender, very
Soft, tender meat.
soft,
Tell me
tender
more.
meat.
Tell me
with
more
a little bit
slowly
of
and quietly into the
mashed
mic.
potatoes.
Oh, nice. Really?
Yes, it was fancy. And really, I mean, it was a tiny little plate, and it's kind of hard to, eat while you're standing, but you could eat with your one fork. You don't even need
The
to.
wooden, yeah, the
No,
wooden
no
forks.
knife.
The wooden fork,
uh-huh.
no knife, no
Inside the
nothing.
the
Sounds like a
Dixie cup, like
brisket.
the little
No Dixie
the
cup. What are you
water
talking
cooler
about?
cup, the water cooler cup.
No. Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
That
It
was me
was
yesterday.
so good. So good.
We don't have any food stuff to talk about this week, or else I'd jump right on the bandwagon with you. We have no
Oh.
food shows this week.
Yeah. Well,
Well, actually, Chaney was
I
supposed
need
to
to
bake a
live
cake
through
for
me.
these guys, but she dropped the ball, so I was like, oh, okay.
Does anybody remember me saying I'd bake a cake? Please don't tell me that you did.
I
Did I say
don't
that?
want a cake.
We would obviously not be.
You know what?
able
It's
to have
because
that
actually Chaney didn't even know it was their birthdays anyway, so that's what make. No, I'm just
Also
kidding.
not
I'm kidding.
Only partially true.
Only
Keep
partially
going.
true. But yeah, I mean, it's cool to be able to see these people outside of the screen and just to see how they are with press. And it's insane because, it's not just one little stop at the, Netflix FYC space. They've been doing press for a while. And I mean, it's a good chance for you guys to check them out as well. They're fantastic in person, so if that helps.
Does everybody who's watching know what FYC stands for? They might not. Maybe we should let them know that FYC stands for your consideration.
Although Netflix spells it FYSEE. That's a little
So clever.
Yeah.
It's part of the Emmy campaign. So all these shows that are wanting to be considered for an Emmy, they have to participate, or they choose to participate in these for your consideration events. So when we say FYC, that means like the cast and the crew is coming together for an FYC event, panel, whatever, so that they can, parade around their show and talk to outlets like AfterBuzz and Popcorn Talk and other outlets about their show. So that's what we mean when we say FYC.
I actually remember the first summer I moved here, my parents came out to see me, and they were they were seeing the billboards for shows that had already happened and were very confused.
Right.
And would ask me what
Oh,
FYC
yeah.
means.
Yeah.
And I had to explain to them that I guess only in New York or Los Angeles where the bulk of Emmy voters exist, or where the bulk of award show voters exist.
Yeah.
FYC campaigns are just a thing.
Well, I think we take it for granted in LA that people even know that that's how people win these awards is that it's a voting committee.
Because it usually doesn't
that's such an
say-
industry thing that people might not know.
And like depending on where you are in the city, you'll see like sometimes like it's obviously the big ones are the big ones are the ones you'll always notice, but on occasion you'll find like one billboard on Lancashire that's like, for your consideration, Rick Hoffman for Suits.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Very
We're
clear.
We're
through him.
targeting these 15 voters that take Lancashire home.
Nice. I like. Yeah, gotta hit him hard.
Well, I get bored of going on the red carpets because like I don't have people here.
please.
But Amy loves it. So I decided just to go attend. Yesterday, I went to the One Day at a Time panel, and this is what it looks like when you go there after the carpet. You're there, you're in the audience, and they bring out the showrunners, the creators, some of the actors, and there's a moderator, just like we have on here, that talks to them, asks them questions, and then sometimes you get people from the audience. And so that's where I was yesterday. And what's the next picture? And so for me, I was lucky enough that I was on a carpet and I got to meet Sheridan Pierce, who is on the left in this picture, who is a recurring currently. And on the right is Isabella Gomez, who's a series regular. And they were usually like after the carpet, after the event, they'll come out and hang out, and people will line up to take pictures and everything. So like I happened to like snap a picture of two of them.
Mm-hmm. And this is One Day at a Time.
Yep, one day at a time.
It does look like they know they were being photographed, so good job on.
Oh no, yeah, because like I told Sheridan, I was like, hey, so like so she posed, and and for me, like I got macaroni and cheese yesterday. There's some sort of weird cheesy cheese sandwich thing. I thought that was okay, but some red wine and
The real reason we work in
Strawberry
Hollywood.
shortcake.
no strawberry
The food
shortcake.
and the free food.
I don't think we got. Well, you actually didn't get dessert yesterday. I don't think. So, but I'll tell you what, Rita Moreno is on that show. Huge line for Rita Moreno. For people like wanting to take a picture with her because she's such a legend. This is a lady that's from West Side Story. She's 85 years old and she looks about 70.
Where's your picture with Rita?
I was too busy taking other pictures and talking to other people.
Oh, I thought you were going to say eating, which
However,
I totally relate.
I did drop by one of the coolest panels, and the one thing about it is that Amy Cassandra Martinez makes it look good, but I make it look better.
You
and
wish.
that's my ultimate warrior.
Where are your guns?
Exactly.
Oh my
He's
No,
god.
that's my
What are you
ultimate
gonna do
warrior.
then?
I'm shaking
We're
the
gonna
ring.
need that zoom
I'm
in
shaking
again,
the ring.
Steve.
I don't
Can you
think-
hit
Because
us with
I'm a
that zoom in?
true wrestling
Nothing.
fan.
Nothing.
I am a true wrestling fan.
I sent you guys one picture. I had a whole photo up on there, and I will share those on Twitter. I will. I just didn't want to show them all here because you should go follow me on Twitter.
There's probably GIFs. There's probably GIFs on Twitter.
Oh.
But
I don't know.
it's a lot of fun. I mean, if you're lucky enough to go with somebody, you're a member.
Oh, yeah.
We had there's us side by side.
So guns on the left.
And if you're not able to attend, thankfully you have Rick and Amy to take the photos and share their experience along with you on social media. So best of
Yeah.
both worlds.
For sure.
But and someone that's not shy of probably going to a lot of these events is our own very fearless leader, Maria Menounos.
Yes, Miss Maria Menounos is very busy. Sometimes she's, in studio with us, but most of the time she is producing her own podcast, which if you guys are looking for a podcast, this is the one for you. It's called Conversations with Maria Menounos. That is our matriarch. And it drops every Friday on iTunes, and it's really awesome. I subscribe to this podcast myself. She has all kind of different interviews come on her show. So we're talking celebrity influencers, we're talking people in the health and wellness space, career, relationship, finance. She has all these really great minds come on her show and interviews them, and then we get to hear all the info. So it's called Conversations with Maria. It drops every Friday. And you should, subscribe to iTunes and subscribe to that show. Conversations with
And
Maria.
every Friday you can download it for free, and you can always let her know that it was the Netflix Picks after show that sent you there.
That's all there is to say about that. That is true.
Also,
All right,
also
so-
seamless transition. Maria was mentioned on season 4, episode 3 of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt this week.
What?
Also,
I was just watching that on the way over.
Also, we should mention, in keeping with the birthdays, it was Maria Menounos' birthday this week
It
as well.
was.
So it's a
Jenna
Netflix Picks
knows.
birthday
Happy
week.
birthday, Maria.
Happy birthday. We love you. Thank you.
All right,
And actually,
well-
it is a really great podcast for realsy.
Okay, well, now let's talk non-Netflix releases that are on the platform that I believe some panelists on this show have watched. I don't know, Ashley, if you want to start, or Amy, you do.
Take it. Well, yeah, I've got some. I've got a couple.
You go.
Yeah. So the non-Netflix National Geographic Channel produced this story. He named me Malala, a documentary. Do you guys know Malala? Does everybody know Malala? I was surprised when I say Malala's name and people don't know her because I feel like I thought she's such a well-known person, but some might. Malala is the young girl who was shot by the Taliban for trying to suggest that women should have, young girls should have access to education. So she sort of became a voice of not just the Pakistani people, but women's rights, and especially in education. So she's been this sort of fearless leader. And this is her story, and we get to go like behind the scenes of her real life with her father, who's such a instrumental part of her being this light that she is. And it's not an easy watch. It's not like pop it in and expect to put it on in the background. It's like 2 minutes in, you're sobbing. But I think it's a really important watch, and it's certainly certainly riveting, but definitely a great story for anybody who doesn't know a lot about Malala. It's definitely a great place to start. She was, I think, maybe the youngest person, don't quote me on that, but she was 16 when she was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. So definitely a compelling story, and beautiful and sad, but good sad. Like, makes you feel like you need to get off your tush and really make a change in the world.
Right, do
She's
something,
an inspiration.
or educate yourself.
Yeah, she's great. So that's what I watched that, and I have another little hidden gem, which we'll talk about later, but I can't recommend He Named Me Malala enough. I think it's an important watch for us all.
And I think Amy watched this movie called Hush. So, how was it?
I thought you were going to say something else. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This was back in 2016. Did you guys know that?
No, who's in it?
Okay, so John Gallagher Jr. and Kate Siegel. Those are, the main two people that you recognize.
But not to be confused with Katie Seagal.
Do I know them? I don't
Exactly.
know them.
John Gallagher
So-
Jr. is the young guy in the newsroom.
The young guy, his name is Jim.
Okay.
Oh no, and he's also in Cloverfield too.
And
Yeah.
also, wait. I know this.
He was in
Short term 12. Bam.
Yeah.
Also on Netflix.
He was an American Idiot on Broadway.
Yes,
before that.
with Short Term 12 with the soon-to-be
Brie
Captain Marvel, Brie Larson.
Larson.
Yes. Good call, Amy. All right.
Yes.
Keep going.
And Katie Siegel, she is known for Hush, Gerald's Game.
Your
Sweet
fave.
ass.
Yeah, we love that.
Oh, so good. But yeah, so I kind of just put this on because I wanted to watch something different. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get scared. Let's do this. And I think it was one of those movies that just kind of fell under the radar, at least for me. Because I kind of heard people talking about it, but not that much. And guys, it's so good. Ashley, I challenge you to watch it.
It's not for me.
You heard it here, though. I challenge you to watch it.
In the
Just
daytime.
give it, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Listen, is it a real life thing where these things could actually happen in my life? Like, is it a real life, real killer?
Okay, so here's what it's about. She is so Kate Siegel is a deaf writer, and basically...
I'm in. That's all I need to know. Is Jeff Ryder,
It's
Hush,
a-
I'm in.
I need more.
Exactly.
She can't hear. Is
She
it a real?
can't hear.
Okay, I don't like
Wait.
it. I don't
No,
like it.
you know what? I did see this movie. This movie was freaking awesome.
Right.
I did see it now that you're talking about it.
We've got
I saw
one.
it. It is
We've
amazing.
got one.
She's in a cabin in the middle of nowhere, and she's deaf.
give
and
him everything.
No, that's it. It's freaking amazing. Yes, watch it. That is a good one.
Exactly. And here's the thing. It kind of reminds me of A Quiet Place where you're like, don't make a noise. But then here you're like, because she can't hear. And you're terrified for her. Like, oh my God, I can't even. It's fantastic. And honestly, I didn't know that John Gallagher Jr. was the killer, basically.
Oh, hey, where's the thing? Steve?
That literally does not affect anything.
Yeah, it's true. It's
It
still
does not.
very
I just told you the
suspenseful
two
and
main
so
characters.
Good.
IMDb
It's
probably
the-
spoils that.
So good.
I told you guys have to know, because if it doesn't interest you, it should, because he's in it. And
Yeah,
she's a freaking rock star. And
Yeah, so if you want a girls trip movie, this is the one for you, Hush.
Yeah,
This is the one that you should be seeing. What do I like? I like this one.
We finally got it, guys. Here it is.
You're
we
welcome.
got Excited Rick. So
You're welcome.
play that back.
But Steve, you got anything for us this week for non-Netflix?
You mean non-Netflix original? Actually, no. I've been watching a lot of Netflix original. I have picks later.
great.
Sorry. Yes.
No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Another thing that I did watch, and it is from, this one's just a classic. Just a classic. You know, I've been doing the Cheers thing. I've been doing the Frasier thing. So there used to be a show called Little House on the Prairie. And it's a star got this, actor named Michael Landon.
Rick was in his teens when it came out.
And Michael Landon, yeah, exactly. Michael Landon was also, I think in the original Bonanza series, like way younger version of him, before he did Little House on the Prairie. So the show that he did after Little House on the Prairie was called Highway to Heaven. And his co-star in it is also one of his co-stars from Little House on the Prairie. And he basically plays this angel. And this is how the 80s were serialized, where like week to week, he solves some sort of problem as an angel. And his buddy is the guy that drives him everywhere and that kind of is a sounding board.
It's like Touched by an Angel.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds a little Roma Downey-ish.
Yeah, probably. Because Touched by an Angel, I think, was on CBS. Highway to Heaven was on NBC. Highway to Heaven was first. And yeah, it had two white guys, whereas Touched by an Angel had Roma Downey, who's white, and I can't remember her name.
Oh,
but she's African American, I believe.
Yes.
So,
she's great.
but hey, that was a good classic for me to go back because I don't think I knew the show. I had seen episodes of the show, but I don't think I'd ever seen the pilot and how it came to be.
That poster looks very familiar. For those of you who are listening, we're seeing a picture.
So if you like Michael Landon, you like those 80s, 80s shows, and just kind of you can watch one episode. You don't need to know about anything before or afterwards after the pilot. Then you don't even need to know the pilot if you're just kind of you just want
self-contained
to feel good. Yeah, self-contained, like the 80s very much were. Then here's the show that I watched.
Great hair too.
This
Lots of great hair
poster,
happening.
I just...
Lots of great hair.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What are you
Good
going to
pick.
watch next? I mean, you're going through classics and now you're kind of going back in time.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But hey guys, remember, we are also, if you're not watching us live, then we are also on iTunes, just like Conversations with Maria Menounos. Please give us 5 stars because the other ones don't work, and leave a comment. I'll give you a shout out. I mean, who's in the chat? Give us a shout out. I mean, do we have anybody in the chat?
We
Luna
did.
Moonshine was in the chat. Serenity Q was in the chat.
Serenity.
Star Drew was in the chat. Jay Becker in the chat. Sam Pilboon in the chat. More are
4. I saw that
scrolling.
one.
Sochiel? Sochiel 4?
Yeah.
Sochiel 4.
Wait, where the hell is Xavier Jones Jr.? He's usually here telling me whatever, but now he's not here.
Yellow Paladin is in the chat.
Did you get Zayas?
Yeah, where's ISB Lou
Zayas
too?
is there.
Zayas
Oh,
Pilou is
good.
in the
Yeah,
house.
hey, what up?
Zayas
All right,
Pilou in the house.
Good. We got our
Gang's all here.
We got our VIPs.
Yeah,
Hi,
exactly. So, so there's that. And so, okay, hidden gems. I think Ashley Chaney has one.
I have a hidden gem. It is a good one, you guys. For this week's hidden gem, I am recommending the movie Blue is the Warmest Color. And if you haven't seen it yet, it is it's a French film, so you do have to put on the English subtitles. Do not, I cannot stress this enough, please listen to me. Do not watch this with your parents. Don't even let them be in the room because it is the most awkward. You will think, just don't.
There's
do
a little
it.
bit of nudity.
A little bit of nudity. This is
Just a little bit.
the story is actually the most beautiful coming of age story about a young girl who is sort of discovering her sexuality, and it is the best acting I've ever seen, the best filmmaking I've ever seen. But it is even the actresses have been interviewed after the fact as saying that the making of this film was so realistic that it bordered on. Don't watch it with your parents. Let's just don't. Trust me. But it's a great film. And
You're
it's-
doing a good job because now I'm like, oh, I need to watch this.
Yeah. I mean, watch it with Mickey. It's a beautiful film, but it is very sexual in parts of it. And it's Léa Seydoux. Shoot, sorry, I don't speak French. Seydoux, who is one of the most recent Bond film. She's
Spectre.
Spectre, which I actually just started.
She's a love interest in Spectre.
She's sensational, and you would almost unrecognizable because she plays a sort of the more masculine role in this film, and didn't even recognize that it was her. It's a great film, my hidden gem of the week. I recommend it. Let me know if you watch it, what you think, and you can thank me later. It's a good one.
How about you guys? Hidden gems? Anything that someone should revisit and see on there?
Well, revisit I talked about it a few weeks ago.
You're getting through it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm speeding my way through it. Yes. I'm on season 4 of Parks and Rec, which I just started watching like a month ago, like revisiting. And yeah, if you kind of dismissed it as like, oh, it's just like The Office, which if you don't like The Office, but it's okay. I understand, kind of, a little bit, not really. But definitely revisit it because it's different and honestly, super inspirational. Freaking Leslie, nope. Oh, there she is on her screens. She's a go-getter. And honestly, The Office is funny. It's sweet, and I love The Office, but I love Parks and Rec in a different way. That I have cried because I'm so happy for Leslie, and I'm like, yes, we can do anything we want. Like, let's go get it. So, if you are feeling down, I recommend you start watching Parks and Rec.
Also, the true inspiration story there is Chris Pratt,
Star-Lord.
Pre-Star-Lord. I mean, talk about an inspirational story. That's a different guy.
Granted, he was also in Everwood too, so which I'm not sure
gosh,
it's on
I
Netflix.
remember.
But-
I don't know. Is it?
Steve, how about you?
I'm trying to find a rewatch or a hidden gem, and like my queue is full of fairly new things. I just recently started rewatching Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, but that hardly qualifies as a brand new.
No, man, I was just at she did a comedy act live on Friday night at the Largo for a thing called Mary's List. It was her and Milana Vaintraub, and they were freaking awesome. They threw a bunch of comedians together, a magician. And
magician?
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend's a good one.
It's a quality show. What I like about it too is there are 3 seasons on there. The 4th season's coming in the fall, and they've already announced that's it. And for no other reason than we don't want to try and do a 5th season. We only ever intended 4 seasons. We're getting 4 seasons.
And I mean, the great thing too about Crazy Ex-Girlfriend too is that she covers a lot of topics. I mean, mental illness, OCD, things that normal people kind of stray away from. She does this, and she kind of does it in a humorous way. Like season 3 gets a little dark, but it's still, it's still fun to watch. And of course, like she's very clever with her. It's if you like musicals on some end, because it's not just a comedy. Like she breaks into song and everything, but she does it very she does like Beyonce. She does a version of like Carrie Underwood. Just kind of spoofing their songs.
That's a spoof song. That's how Rachel really sort of started her rise to fame.
You can find her on YouTube and see her like awesome
Actually,
videos.
if you look at her YouTube videos, you'll find me in one of her videos on OCD. I was one of her dancers. Rachel is
Dancers?
Yes, and she didn't tell me I was going to have to dance before I showed up for that video.
Wait, was that before or after you broke your hip?
It was way before I broke my hip. It was way before Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. So yeah, Rachel and I used to work on a show together, and she needed some backup dancers, and she lived in the same neighborhood as me, and that is forever on the internet, my friends, and it is
So gonna
embarrassing.
watch that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch that. Then blue is the warmest color.
I am in the back, but I'm in a bright neon green shirt, so I'm pretty hard to miss.
In blue is the warmest color. Sorry,
Yeah.
I couldn't resist.
Exactly.
Really? Okay. All right. Well, those are some hidden gems for this week. I mean, I'm going to go into a little bit of news because we have some time to talk some news, and we don't ever get to spend a lot of time talking. But this one's pretty interesting. So,
AfterBuzz TV News.
Ooh.
Fancy news hit. Here we go.
So according to a survey released by investment banking company Morgan Stanley, 39% of U.S. consumers said that Netflix offers the best original programming compared with other subscription video services. HBO is at 14%, Amazon Prime is at 5%, Hulu at 4%, Showtime 3%, Stars at 2%, Cinemax at 1%. What do you guys think of that?
That doesn't add up to 100. And
Thank you.
that's what I think of that. And that's low, I feel like. Why are they all
But
so low?
their original programming targeting their audience.
Their
original programming targeting their audience. Not all the other stuff on Netflix. Their original programming.
And them being number 1 actually shocks me, and I think it speaks less to the idea that everyone thinks all of Netflix's original programming is great, so much as they know how to narrowly find each piece of original programming to make everyone feel that way. Because I would argue, on a purely merit-based system, HBO would have that moniker. Because more of HBO strikes out way less than Netflix has, and has had way more at-bats than Netflix.
Well, but I would say they have way less content in general than Netflix. I mean, Netflix has a new show or movie every other week, literally. I mean, there's no way to keep up. So to your point, they can target.
Yeah, but the fact that people still feel the mark of Netflix original series hasn't been diminished is actually incredible. Because I've read it up until now that HBO is trying to get to Netflix's subscriber base, and Netflix is trying to get to HBO's posterity, if you will.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
they
mean,
should just join
what do you
forces.
guys think? You guys agree? You guys disagree? In terms of like, do you
Whose
believe those
originals do you
statistics?
prefer? Or whose originals do you prefer? I guess.
I'm partial to HBO's originals just because part of the culling and the curation of an HBO original series like Westwood, I already go in feeling there's such a breadth of, there's a lineage, if you will, to an HBO original series that they have more hits than misses.
Yeah, let's not forget about some of the killer Netflix originals that really put them on the map. House of Cards,
Of course.
Orange is the New Black. Those are great. But I don't think that they've had a series as strong at Glow. I think Glow's done really
Stranger
well.
Things.
And Stranger Things. Yeah.
I think they found a way. I think HBO. The only way to continue with the baseball metaphor is that HBO is one batter and Netflix is a whole team. So you're talking a whole team on base
Baseball.
percentage versus
Sports.
one batter, one exceptional batter.
Okay.
Sorry.
Swing, bada, bada, bada.
Good. I like it. I like the
Netflix has
analogy.
more at bats. Is all I'm saying.
I like it. I like the sports analogy. What else you got for us, Rick?
Well, this one's really cool. So, Uma Thurman is to star in Netflix series Chambers, which is produced by Stephen Gaghan and which is created and written by Leah Rachel and co-run with Akela Cooper, my friend. Chambers centers on a young heart attack survivor who becomes consumed by the mystery surrounding the heart that saved her life. However, the closer she gets to uncovering the truth about her donor's sudden death, the more she starts taking on the characteristics of the deceased, some of which are troublingly sinister.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
I mean, Kill Bill 1 and 2. So,
Netflix is getting big names, y'all. Big names.
speaking of Netflix originals, I mean, here we go. Here's one that's coming out. So,
Uma Thurman.
yeah, Uma Thurman,
obviously Will Smith.
that's got me sold. On top of my friend Akela Cooper. Hi, Kayla.
Text him later.
Ooh, she's a woman.
I'm telling her to text you later.
Oh yeah, exactly. And so this is funny too. Talk about getting some Asian people together. Keanu Reeves is joining Daniel Day Kim in a
call him
movie
Kim.
with Ali Wong and Randall Park. Let me find what the title is.
It's
Ali Wong, that's-
not crazy rich Asians.
No. That's going to be released theatrically. Why?
Okay.
This is for
Yeah.
Netflix.
While you're looking that up, I will say, and I should have mentioned it earlier, but the Ali Wong comedy special I did watch. And
Oh, yeah?
It's good.
Oh, there we go.
It's really good. I didn't like her first stand-up special at all, and then so I was confused when with the poster for her second special, she's in the same dress. I thought they were just recycling the but it's a new stand-up, and she got me. She got me good. She got
Well,
Chris-
yeah, this is a thing that actually Chaney and Amy will definitely be watching because it is a rom-com and it's called Always Be My Maybe.
In.
I know,
in.
I'm sold. I mean, come on.
Done.
I'll wait for the trailer.
You got two Korean guys. You got Keanu Reeves. You got Ali Wong. I'm in.
Yeah.
Done. No contention here. I'm on board. When does it drop?
I don't think there's a release date yet.
Sounds like
Coming
they
soon.
didn't.
They're still
Netflix.
obviously they're
Amazing.
still
Yeah,
casting, but
production,
that's huge though too for Keanu Reeves to join a rom-com that's going to be on Netflix.
Oh, I can't wait to
I
see
miss
that.
him in rom-coms.
I miss him
my-
in our lives.
Whoa.
That too. But
Well,
the
hey,
like,
he's going to do Bill and Ted 3.
Great. Yeah.
I'm
great.
excited for that.
the rom-coms, guys. The
All
Lake
right.
House and Speed. The Lake House
And
and Speed.
finally, top 5 releases coming up this week that you should be looking out for. Alex Strangelove, Sense8, the series finale. So if you liked Sense8, I got through season 1. I did not watch season 2, and there's an uproar about it. So they did a series finale to give everybody some closure. Attack on Paris, which is a documentary based on the true attacks on Paris. Oscar-winning movie, The Departed, our Best Picture. And then finally, something that Amy, I know, will be watching again, Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good. That's a diverse top 5.
Yeah, so that's only this next week. Coming out later this month, I mean, whether you liked it or whether you didn't, it's big release, The Last Jedi. And, of course,
Wow.
our favorite, Glow.
Glow.
At the end of the
Glow.
month, right before 4th of July weekend.
Well, we do have Luke Cage.
And
Yes.
Luke Cage, that's
Coming
right.
out
And
as
Luke Cage,
well.
see? Told you. And Luke Cage.
They're
Lots
loading
of
up their summer
marvelous
docket.
things.
Yeah.
I have a hot take. Luke Cage is my favorite of the Marvel TV shows.
I support your opinion.
That's
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I've been met with much hostility in other circles, so I'm happy you guys are very
never
nice.
here.
It was great.
We're like, Daredevil is it, and how dare you?
I do like Daredevil.
Jessica Jones.
But I like the original Daredevil movie. That's where I'm at. And that is always met with hostility. Yep, there it is.
What, Ben Affleck and Colin Farrell?
Jennifer
and-
Garner being awesome as Elektra? Yeah.
Did
But
you
Jennifer
enjoy
Garner
it?
is so much
Hate me,
awesome in
I don't
other
care.
things, like
I mean,
13
it's
going
okay.
on
Take it.
30.
Oh,
Which is
with
also-
Mark Ruffalo, Bruce Banner.
All right.
Oh, guys, rom-coms.
We
Well,
digress.
guys, that is it for tonight. We will be back next week. Amy, Cassandra, Martinez, where can everybody find you?
On on all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter because I do a lot of stuff and I tweet about it and take pictures and it's fun.
Steve.
And I'm Steve Kaufman. You can find me on Twitter almost exclusively at Steve Kaufman. That is KAUFMANN. I'm also up to a lot of stuff. I tweet about it all the time.
I might be up to less stuff, but you can find me online and talk to me there. You can find me at Ashley on Camera across all social media, and I would love to talk to you, so find me there.
Hey guys, and I'm Rick Hong. You can find me on all social media at Rick Hong, RCKHONG. We will see you here next week, same time. Don't forget to throw something in the comments later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.